it's February 22nd, although it might be.
I think it's the 23rd. Yeah. We're going to Atlantic City today.
Oh yeah.
We're out there. Pork rinds.
Yeah.
Is this made with actual pork? I'm always like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I don't think pork rinds is like a real food.
Well, it's interesting. Pork rinds is like protein and fat, but it
Yeah.
contains no usable protein. It's all collagen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna abstain.
Oh, okay. You were like, ooh, pork rinds. And then
For a minute I was excited, and then I remembered I'm trying to be a vegetarian.
Oh.
I'm like 5 days in on this. This is the longest I've ever gone without.
How come we've not talked about this?
I don't know. I think I just haven't. We just haven't had a reason to.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm making tacos tonight. I was going to make vegan tacos.
Interesting. So like no cheese, no.
Well, I was going to make, basically, you could pick your own thing. So I was going to have the cheese for the kids.
Okay.
And pulled pork for the kids. But also, we've got some vegan crumbles. I was going to make those. So
Interesting. Okay. We'll talk about this more. So, I thought that this was so funny that you picked Asbury Park Brewing today. Another thing we haven't talked about, because I only saw you for a couple of minutes before we started filming. So, today, well, okay, we'll start with this. So, back when I was in college, you sit around and bullshit a lot, and in addition to like going to class, and I remember there was one day my friend John and I we were sitting watching the Biography channel, and we watched, I think it was either Jack Nicholson or Danny DeVito's biography, like the show, and they're both from Asbury Park, and they're both in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and there's a story where Danny DeVito is talking about meeting Jack Nicholson the first time, and he was like, "Hey, I'm he's like, let's talk about the movie," and Jack Nicholson's like, "Asbury? You're from Asbury?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm from Asbury." He's like, "But let's talk about the movie." He's like, "Fuck the movie, let's talk about Asbury Park." So it's so funny that you picked Asbury Park today, because I have this connection to Asbury Park with my friend John, who just had a baby today, the day that we're filming. His first child is born today.
good for him.
So yeah. So
It's
I'm
funny
very
you
excited.
mentioned that because I was in the mall with Tina the other day.
Yeah.
There is a store that sells Jersey merchandise.
Okay.
And they had a t-shirt that had Danny DeVito for governor. And I was like,
Okay.
Does Danny DeVito come from New Jersey? But
Yes.
now I find out that he does.
Yes, he does.
Mm.
So now we got this. So I'm very excited about this one. This is an Irish stout from Asbury Park Brewing. Local to us, we film in New Jersey.
And Asbury Park, I mean, we've gone on pub crawls down there. I think
We
that was
did,
before the brewery opened.
I think it was right around the time that the brewery opened. But yeah, I mean, I think we should reach out to them and see.
Because there's Asbury Park Distilling as well, so...
Yeah.
Right.
Let's give this
Beautiful
a shot.
dark colour, really,
Very nice
really
colour.
robust head.
This is not as strong as the one we had yesterday.
Smells really nice.
about the same.
It's got that, like, milk stout smell to it.
A little, yeah, I can see that. This is more of like a chocolate stout, whereas yesterday was coffee, I believe.
That's nice.
Very malty.
It is very
I like
malty,
the
yeah.
malt, though. It's a very strong malt flavor. Not getting the chocolate, but overall, good. Still good job.
Mm.
We're running into that problem where, like, yesterday we were like, oh, this is top 5. So many beers that we've had this month could fall into that top 5. Not only beers that we've had this month, but beers that we've, like, stouts.
Yeah.
We've had so many great stouts this month. This is just another one of them. I think that it's... I think that stouts are really going to be like the next big thing, and I think it's going to have a longer staying power than IPAs.
I think IPAs just... There's like a masochism to them, where it's like you drink...
Totally. No, there 100% is. It's like spicy foods. Like,
yeah.
You're always trying to... what's his name? Barry from Flying Fish said that. It was like... like the spicier food that you eat, it's like, oh, let's go spicier and spicier and spicier. And like, it's after a while, you're like, this is nonsense. It's, it's like, let's get hoppier and hoppier and hoppier. And like, it doesn't improve the beer. And I think that, like, this is very strong malt, but it's good. It's not overpowering. And that's the thing is, I don't think, like, the maltier a beer is, I don't think that it makes it,
No,
I don't think there's like a
malty beers.
threshold. Right, I think that there's so much you can do with a stout too that I think that there's some real staying power behind these.
And it's all very subtle with everything.
Yeah, 100%.
And talk about subtlety. I like this. This is really nice. This is just like... It's funny, I write about interior design a lot. Believe it or not. And one of the... I have this little game with myself that I play. I try and include as many times as I can. It is elegant in its simplicity.
Okay.
Which is from an old TV show called The Middleman. But this is elegant in its simplicity.
No, 100%. I think that that's another thing, is that, like, sometimes complexity... Think about complexity in terms of, like, of attire, right?
Yeah.
You wouldn't wear a patterned tie with a patterned shirt, right? No. It's the same thing. Like, there's simplicity, there's elegance and simplicity, as you said, right? Like, if you're wearing, like, straight colors and you're just going for matching, it's the same thing, right? You don't have to have this, like, crazy thing going on all the time. And I think that's what this is. This is nothing too crazy. It's kind of just like, this is what it is, you know? It's like, here you go. It's fantastic. There's no need to change something that's broken, you know, that's not broken.
It's funny, in books, I write books, I always say you need to keep the plot simple as well, because a lot of things these days have very convoluted plots, and if you're trying to piece together the plot afterwards, you've failed.
I would agree with that. And it's funny, because I think one of our most complex episodes, or a really complex character, was the first episode of season 2, when we had we had Raina, and I don't think we ever give the character a name. I think we were just kind of like girl from the hospital. And it was funny because you pitched the idea to me, and I was like, fantastic. We had like a good burstiness like discussion about it, where like we just built on it. We like fleshed out that idea in like a day, like literally like one night over some whiskey. We were like, boom, full episode. And I think when we wrote it and we filmed it, and then watching it, I was like, we didn't get it. I don't know if you feel that way, but I remember like I watched it, and then like I showed it to other people, and they were like, this is dark. And I was like, yeah, it kind of is. And like I'm like, this isn't how we didn't convey what we were trying to convey with it.
No, I think it's interesting because I envisioned it. I remember I was lying awake and I envisioned it, and I was going to pitch to you as like, let's do a spin-off 20-minute movie. It was going to be you in a train station in Vermont or something, and you met her. And then you took the idea and like ran with it. But I think it was a darker idea, and I think the fact that people say it's dark, you kind of stayed with the theme of it, which was was good.
But I think it was too complex for what we do sometimes. I don't know. I don't think that was our strongest episode. And I think that sometimes when we've gone with simpler ideas, it's like, boom, there it is, you know?
I think I would agree with you. I don't think it was a bad idea, but
no,
I think
agree.
You're right. I
no,
think it was like, you know, you can't take my 15-year-old Ford truck to the Daytona rally.
Yeah. No, I think it was a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
But I think it was too complex for me as a screenwriter. I don't think that I have enough time behind the keyboard.
Well, that was an interesting episode as well, because we had all sorts of like mix-ups with
we had
some of the footage. I don't know how much of a difference that would have made, but
I don't think it would have made much of a difference, honestly.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you saying, you know, you trying to give me some clout behind that. But I think it was just too. I think that when we've gone with simpler episodes, like I think our Halloween episode this year was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was a really good, like that was just like when we had the Wizard of Oz thing, and like we had just enough complexity to make it interesting.
But it's funny because you don't necessarily have, because one of the things I think that's defining about sitcoms especially, sometimes they tackle really dark subjects. Like there was what was that? I never actually saw it because I was obviously grew up in England, but there was the All in the Family or something like that, where there was wife got harassed.
She got raped. She got raped on her birthday. That was the episode.
And that was filmed in like the 70s.
That was the 70s, yeah. But even like look at MASH.
Yeah.
Like MASH was a comedy, and then there's the episode where he talks about the chicken, and then he was like, "It was a baby." I mean, that was a really dark episode. The Fresh Prince is another one. He got shot.
Yeah.
Roseanne, the first time around, like, Dan died, and, like, they didn't win the lot. Like, it was, like, a very dark ending to that. And that wasn't really technically an issue, but, no, I would 100% agree. I think that there are, you know, sometimes, like, sitcoms can tackle darker stuff. I don't think we were trying to. I think that's what we did, but, no, but I think that there is, going back to the original point, there is elegance and simplicity.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're really good at. I think that's what Asbury Park is really good at. So.
Yep, yeah. Excellent. So, yes, we've gone on a bit of a diatribe there, but Asbury Park, that was fantastic. We're going to hit you up, either as customers or collaborators.
100%. So, stay tuned, and we will see you tomorrow.
Ciao.